Hello crafters and welcome to this week's From Picture to Page and Beyond Papercraft Show update. Now I'm Michelle Brown, Creative Director from Picture to Page, where we nurture your creativity with in-person and online events. Now for today's, of course, a dash of inspiration, we've got all the Pakenham Show news which is coming up soon and of course the upcoming events. But firstly, whether you're watching us here live or a replay, help us out, jump in the comments, say hello, give us a like, a thumbs up, and of course share us with your crafty friends and group. Everyone knows all the goings on at Page. So firstly, our dash of, now this was inspired this week by Heidi. In the Papercraft posse, she shared one of her card that she'd made, that she'd experimented with, and she said she'd finally found the ultimate white ink pad. And so my question this week is, what is your crafting holy grail? I think for many of us that have been crafting for a while, there are lots of things we really like to have in our stash, but maybe haven't quite found the right thing. Now for me, as my crafting evolved from sort of card making to more mixed media, I'm always looking for a really good white. So I pulled out just a few that I might have collected over the years. I've had Jelly Roll pens, we had the Dilutions paint pens, we had the Signo pens, we've tried the Sharpie, and even I tried correction fluid, but I found that even though it was opaque, it was a little bit chalky, so I didn't like it. And so as technology's improved, we've moved on to paint pens, we've got the Life of Colour pens, we've got Posca pens. I loved this Faber-Castell marker we had for a while, but I've noticed now it's actually gotten quite dirty on the challenges with white markers. I have a white one because sometimes you need things to be slightly off-white. And then even more recently, I've been delving into more paint, so a high flow acrylic and putting it in one of these Fireline bottles. Or more recently, I've bought another to add to my stash as well, and this has been good. But again, sometimes you need to do a couple of layers. So I would love to hear all about your holy grail of crafting. Is it a metallic pen? Is it for a tape or something that you've always wanted to get your hands on and haven't quite been able to find the right one yet, but we will not give up. So leave your comments here or head over to the Papercraft posse and join in our conversation and hear about your ultimate crafting holy grail. Now, firstly, a huge thank you to all of the crafters that came along to our Papercraft Posse Crafternoon on Saturday. It was so lovely to see all the faces, to see what everyone was working on. We had mixed media projects, we had a little bit of card making, we had glue books, we had lots of scrapbooking going on, and we even had a few people that were there for their very first time, and we helped you find your crafting tribe in some capacity. It was just so lovely to share, see what people were working on, talk about the show, and of course and have a great time. So a huge thank you to everyone that was there, and we look forward to you and others at the Pakenham Show. And speaking of the Pakenham Show, it is just under 3 weeks away, and we are so looking forward to it kicking off. So the show is the 18th and Sunday the 19th of May. We're heading out to Pakenham at the Cardinia Cultural Centre. For all the information and details on getting there both by car and by public transport, head over to our website from picture to page and beyond.au. Scroll down and click on the Pakenham icon and all the information will be there. Scroll down a little bit further and click on the retailers announced button, and that's got a full list of all the retailers that are going to be. I go through them last week. I won't do it again this week because I've got a couple of other things to share with you, but please make sure you check them out. We've got some very new ones. Of course, we've got some that we're missing, unfortunately, and of course, many of our regulars are coming. Now, we also announced that we've got a super discount or special on tickets just for $12, so turning it back to like 2024 prices or something. So for the time that I've been running the show, I don't think you've been able to get into Pakenham for that. Got the single no frills ticket price, no further discounts are available. All of the discounts are at the discount rate of $12. So please hop over to our website from picture to page and beyond.com.au and grab your 2-day tickets are also available. And of course, tickets will be available at the door with both cash and FPOS. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was our ATCs. So rather than doing door prizes and other bits and pieces, I want to encourage you, since ATCs are making a comeback, is to do a swap during the Pakenham Show. Now, my plan is to get a lot more details on the website in the next few days. I didn't quite have time for this week's update, but remember we talked about artist trading cards, and that are these little 2.5 by 3.5 inch cards. And here are some that I made and received many years ago. And an article that I wrote recently about how to make a whole heap of them. We can have some similar backgrounds, keeping it really simple. And I'll have a downloadable that you can cut out and stick on the back. Now, some of these have got 2005 at the Melbourne Paperific Expo. So that's how long we've had ATCs around and how long we've been swapping them. So like I said, we'll have more details soon, but what you need to know now is we need to make some ATCs if you pay in the swap. So they need to be 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Like I said, I'll have a download, but as long as you've got your details on the back, something that comments that it's the Picture to Page Packnam show in 2024, so you'll remember from, and maybe your email address or maybe your Facebook name so people can get in touch with you. Our plan is to probably do an official swap once each day. I know there's other times where we can swap unofficially, and I really would encourage how many, I'm not sure yet. I have no idea how many people want to participate, but certainly I'd encourage you to make a few more than you think you might need. I remember some of the very first shows I went to, if it was ATCs or when we did pin swaps, and this was before the internet. I had no idea that this was a thing. And so I went there with nothing to swap, and some really lovely crafters gave me a card when I had nothing to swap in return. And it was with that spirit that I'd really like you to approach this ATC swap for the Pakenham show. So bring a whole heap, have them there to swap. And so people at the posse were saying, well, what's the point? Well, firstly, it's like a little business card with your art on it. You can put your details on and swapping. And one of the crafters said, oh, you mean like the Taylor Swift friendship bracelets? We went, exactly. We want to create something that we can then swap and have a collection of other things that might inspire us. And again, just to remind us of the event and get us talking to other crafters. So like I said, those details of how to make an ATC, the restrictions, and guideline website, and we'll send it out to our email list and we can run through them again next week. But for now, get started making some ATCs. Keep them really simple. We're not going to have a theme, and then I'll get some details that you can pop on the back, and then we will all to catching up with everyone and swapping them and just seeing what people have made. So our other upcoming events now, our D-Stash will be on Saturday the 1st of June. I said here applicant early May, and that's going to be the end of this week, so I better get myself organised for that. Our online show is still Friday the 19th and Saturday the 20th of July. And of course our Sandown show on Friday the 11th and Saturday the 12th of October. We're already having some very exciting conversations around our October show, and I look forward to sharing them with you soon. Now, update with our Papercraft posse, which is our little corner of the Facebook internet where we can come together and share what we've been working on, ask questions, reach out to retailers. This week we've had some lovely connections. We had Heidi sharing her lovely cards, which inspired a dash of inspiration this week. Lisa has created an amazing 3D card for a very special birthday she's got coming up for one of her family members. And of course, we started off our Holy Grail conversation, and you are more than welcome to continue it there. So Facebook/Papercraft Posse, answer a couple of really simple questions and we'll let you in, and we look forward to keeping in touch between shows there. So that is it for this week's update. What is your ultimate crafting haul? Do you have an endless collection of white pens and markers like I might, or is it something else? Is it the ultimate gold paint or marker? Is it the ultimate scissors? Is it the ultimate tweezers? I'd love to hear what your thoughts. Pakenham show, Saturday the 19th of May. Get your ATCs ready to go, and we'll have more details out by the end of this week when we head to the Cardinia Cultural, like I said, upcoming events, D-Stash, online show, and of course our Sandown show at the end of the year. So thank you so much for joining us. As always, pop in the comments and say hello, just like Wendy has. Even if you're watching a replay, we do certainly keep an eye on those comments. We would love to hear from you, and looking forward to seeing all of you soon. And of course, for all of the details of things coming up, head over to our website from picturetopageandbeyond.com.au. There you can join. Now, if you didn't receive our email last week and you're pretty sure you're there, go and check your spam folder because it might have hidden there. If not, then go and join up, and we certainly will be in your inboxes over the next few weeks with updates for the Pakenham show. So this is Michelle signing off. I hope you have a crafty day.